Darius got really heavily
you should
buffed
be
as well.
happy about it, right? That's your name.
I got buffed.
But actually, I saw there's like some Darius one tricks in like Challenger now, so maybe this buff is kind of significant because I played two times with Darius and he had 2 times over 10 kills, so we might see more Dariuses.
Maybe I should pick him up then again, of course. Hey everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller, and I'm sitting here with Vander from Schalke, who just grabbed a very interesting close win against Misfits. Does it feel very good to defeat someone who's a hot playoffs contender as well?
Yeah, this win is really important to us since Misfits and Splice, which who we play tomorrow, are really close to us in the standings. So it's really important in the playoff race who takes down those wins. And it's a bit relieving as well since we lost 0-2 last week against Fnatic and Roccat. So it's good to break the losing streak.
Now, the loss against Roccat must have been specifically devastating in a way, because that is also a direct contender for like this places 3 to 6, of course. So that must have hurt.
Yeah, exactly. Same situation as Misfits and Splice. The first week though, the first match against Misfits, we didn't play. I played AD carry. And I think if we had upset back then, we would also beat them. So it also like was a bad feeling after this match since I didn't perform too well.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, off roll. Yeah. That's what happens in ranked all the time, right? And then you just go like, well.
Better idea wins.
Now, interestingly enough, in the post-game lobby, you might have seen it, might not, but Deficio and Vedi still placed Misfits as the 3rd best team in EU, and Roccat was not in the playoffs, for example. And yeah, that pick came as a surprise to many in the press room and from the fans as well, since Misfits has been struggling and they just packed the loss against you guys. What are your personal, just based on the performance right now, what are your like top 4 places 3 to 6? Because G2 and G2 and Fnatic are pretty locked.
Yeah, so I agree that Fnatic and G2 are 2 best teams in EU right now. And then 3 to 6, I think Roccat recently played way better than before. I think Vitality and Giants play a bit worse. So actually, I think all the teams, UL and H2k also play better. Yeah. So I don't see a clear 3 to 6 teams. I think if UL and H2k keep improving as well, we might have a close playoff race, and maybe even the teams who are expected to be like the bottom 2, like UL and H2k, they might grab the playoff spot.
Yeah, it's still possible, of course.
I think it's impossible to choose 3 to 6. I hope we will be there, but I guess it will be if I would guess now, it will be Misfits, us, and Vitality and Roccat. Is it too much? No, it's 6. Yeah.
But no Splice, surprisingly.
Yeah, I hope we'll beat them tomorrow, so then no Splice. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think of the bot lane matchup? You and Upset versus Cobbe and Kasing. That's a really interesting one.
I think we play a bit different, both bot lanes. They like to play range supports more. We played them not as often. We never played at the split yet. So both bot lanes play a bit differently, and I think they are good players, and they have their strength and weaknesses. I think we can, especially in lane, and beat them. And then their champions like to scale because they always be like really scaling champions. So we might have to do something and get some leads from the laning phase.
Now, interestingly enough, one thing that Riot EU did was those Valentine's cards. Did you have a look at yours, and what did you think of it?
Oh, that was pretty cool with Forg1ven, my friend from H2k times. So he saw it as well. So we had a quick talk about it, and it was fun. Yeah. I liked all the Valentine's cards. Mine was decent, but actually, like Nukes was pretty good. Like once you quack, you never go back.
Yeah. Yeah, the Schalke ones in general, pretty nice. But yeah, really good idea. The Gilius one was my personal favorite. I'm not surprised you want to be my Valentine.
Yeah. I like this idea from Riot. It was pretty cool.
Good banter right there.
Yeah.
Speaking of Forg1ven, since you did have a quick talk, a lot of people are wondering what he's been up to. He managed to grab rank 1 on UNE, I believe. Yeah. So do you have any updates on his situation, maybe?
I mean, I don't know why he doesn't play on West, because it's better to play on this server. But he likes to play with his Greek friends on the UNE. And then he was casting some tournaments. He's playing a bit of solo queue. I'm not sure what he's up to exactly. He was like thinking about playing this season, but something like didn't work out, and he didn't sign with the team in the end. But I think he like is still good. He still has his strength that he had, and he's kind of a person that he had a lot of breaks in between the splits, for example, and he like doesn't play the game for 5 months, and then he plays for 1 month, and he like carries us to playoffs in H2k, and then we go to Worlds and stuff like this. So he's kind of a guy that just like can play good whenever he wants to. So if he wants to come back and some team is willing to sign him, I think it's possible, but I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. Now, we are going to see the 8.4 patch next week, not this one. There's been a lot of discussion. Yamato called it's going to be a completely clown fiesta. Wadid was like, oh my god, I actually hate my life sometimes because every 2 weeks the meta completely changes. Yeah. All the new mage items, all that kind of buzz. What's your personal take on the meta so far?
It's a bit stressful for sure because everyone has those like theories, okay, this might be good, but wait a second, this item, maybe those champions will be good, like those mages on bot lane maybe will be better because the support tank items are also nerfed, it gives less HP. So right now, I don't know what will happen. I have some ideas, but the first week will obviously be a bit crazy. And since I actually think the teams will play more passive because of it, because there is no vision from the jungle. So people will play much more on jungle than now. Because right now you can like ward one side of the map and then be on the other side. So both sides can kind of know what's happening. But when you have no wards on the jungle, then only the side with the jungle can kind of step up. And since the wins are really important, I think we'll maybe have a more passive game in the beginning and then but actually, like maybe the Rengar Kazakhs will be just fight each other all the time. So we'll see.
We already saw some memes from the Schalke esports Twitter account with like pride going like, about the Rengar nerfs.
I mean, I don't know if Rengar is the nerf or buff. I think it's a buff. Yeah. But yeah, we'll look into it. You know, like his Rengar is so clean that whatever patch it is, it might pop off.
Ooh, okay. Now, so in general, of course, there's been a bit of discussion, at least within the German community specifically, but also within the English one, that games have been dragging on for a very long time, that they've been too passive, and you basically watch a game where it doesn't really anything happens for 30 minutes, then a Baron call happens and a big fight, and then usually it's the end of the game, which can be a bit annoying from a fan's perspective. Do you think that's going to be worse, honestly?
What I meant was more like the early. I mean, for sure, the champions in the jungle will be like more fighting style champions. So, if people are gonna use them aggressively, they're gonna create more fights, and there is less vision from the jungle. Yeah. But as I said, it can go a bit different way. That okay, we have vision, so we can play aggressive. People might think now, and after the patch, they might think, okay, we have no vision. We should just chill a bit to not get ganked. So I don't know which way it will go, and champion picks will also decide it a little bit. If we have range support meta that's like more back since some item changes, it will also induce more fighting style on bot lane. Because now if you pick Taric and Tam, it's not like you try to all in, get a good all in, but if people play a bit like cautious, it's really hard to get a significant advantage. And
it's of course hard to just kill a Tahm Kench straight up.
I mean Tahm Kench is like more ways to kill Taric, I guess, in lane, but I have like more sustain. But still, as in general, I wouldn't be so sure that this patch is gonna make the game super aggressive, because as I said, at least when I feel more comfortable to go aggressive when I have some vision than not, but maybe I'm just like passive.
You've been called that before, of course, by your former botlane partner. Now, speaking of that though, do you think that the mid lane meta will be heavily affected as well? Because we're going to see so many mage items. I'm not going to change that heavily.
That's interesting. And Zoe gets nerfed, thank God.
Yeah.
I mean, I never played with Zoe on stage and always taking Zoe, and it's so annoying. But this will change a lot as well. I'm not sure yet, like what. Since we played, I mean, the patch came out yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago, and we still play Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We didn't look that much as a team into the patch. We only just kind of quickly read it to know what to expect in our solo queue games, and then we have like big patch overview on Sundays or Mondays. So if you would ask me this question, then I will maybe know more. But right now, I can just kind of guess, and maybe I will like look stupid, in 3 days when people realize what to do.
I mean, predictions are always fun in general. Yeah. And I mean, I remember from my Hearthstone days back in the day when I was really into that, people predicted, Dr. Boom to be completely horrible, and then he ended up being the most broken.
For sure, the jungle picks will change completely. Like the tanks will be less picked, I believe, because no vision, and then you're gonna like fight more.
Thank God. So, do you think? Of course, you're personally affected by this. Do you think that Riot too often likes to change the way the game is played, the way the meta works, etc.?
Well, it's good, I think, overall, because if they wouldn't change, then the game would get more boring. So I just think we kind of have to adapt, but it's our job, and what brings like more viewers and more enjoyment for the people who watch us, it's obviously better for Riot and for us. So if they think about it, I support their decisions. It's a bit stressful sometimes, especially when you read the patch wrong as a team, and then the team you play against, since you don't scream them, like they read it better in those few days, and you kind of oh fuck, like they knew what to do, we didn't, and we kind of got a free lose. Just because we didn't figure out the patch in 3 days. So that's the only minus, but then the first week of the patch is kind of chaotic, and the second one, it's already kind of figured out.
And of course, by the time playoffs comes around, people will have figured it out, probably.
Yeah, for sure. I think there will be still one more patch maybe before playoffs, but a smaller one for sure. This was like the last big patch before playoffs, I hope so.
But I think the next patch will include the new ADC, or is she already out? I don't think so.
The case, maybe, I don't know. This should be like this patch, no? I saw some videos about her.
Yeah, I saw like...
Maybe should be like added between, sometimes they add champion between patches. Because they can't release them, like it's not ready yet.
Not ready yet, yeah. But one interesting fun fact about this new patch, so far Volibear has managed to climb to the number 2 spot, I think in top lane, and number 4 in jungle. Yeah. So all of a sudden Volibear is relevant.
Yeah, I played against Volibear today in solo queue, and he was kind of inting. I guess he was like trying out new champion, and he was queuing in my whole team and just dying. But I saw they buffed like every ability of Volibear, QWE. So for sure he can be playable. He still has those weaknesses that it's kind of, we see Volibear, we exactly know what he does, right? Yeah. And these champions are usually easy to play against, so they like work really good in low elo, where people actually don't know what the champion does. And they just don't know, there's a champion, so I just fight it. Oh wait, it's like stronger than fight. Yeah. But I could kite it, I just didn't want to. Especially AD carries who just like go melee range.
Exactly.
Then Volibear gets stronger, or Udyr.
So the more idiotic players are, the stronger these champions get.
I mean, the worse the players, the melee champions who like just fight and have some damage are better because people don't kite them. Yeah.
Okay. Good advice for solo queue for those people who are on bronze or silver like me, so who are just trash.
I didn't say it.
No, I'm saying we're trash. I'm just like, yep, I'm bad at this game. Oh well, can't really play it. Darius got really heavily buffed as well.
About it, right? That's your name.
I got buffed.
But actually, I saw there's like some Darius one tricks in like Challenger now, so maybe this buff is kind of significant because I played two times with Darius and he had 2 times over 10 kills, so we might see more Dariuses.
Maybe I should pick him up then again, of course.
Yeah, he was like really popular at Worlds, for example.
Yeah, when Balls got the pentakill and so.
Or Soas, yeah.
Yeah, Soas as well, right?
And then they nerfed him, but they kind of reverted the nerfs a little bit, so we might see him. Now the tank meta is kind of weird because we had those like GP Camille, but now people start playing like Sion a little bit, and I don't know if Darius is good against those.
Yeah, he's very easily kited, and like I feel like the newer champions especially would really be able to deal with him.
Yeah, I guess. Ezreal is pretty good against Darius, I guess, like with Darius.
Yeah.
We will see.
Anyway, is there anything you would like to say to the Polish and the Schalke 04 fans out there?
Yeah, thanks for supporting us. Even tough times recently. We are 5-6 now, so our goal is to go reach playoffs and keep supporting us. And we're gonna work hard to deliver good results.
Awesome. This was Vander from Schalke 04 and Darius from the Shotcaller. Hope you had a good day. See you then. Hey everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller, and I hope you just enjoyed that interview. This is a generic end card, so make sure to click here for another interview or here for a different interview. And if you want to check out more content, specifically from the NALCS, make sure to visit theshotcaller.net for more interviews and other esports content. Have a good day.